today?
Uh, I don't know. It's interesting because I've some stuff comes up and then I clear it away. It's just like um, just looking at. Sometimes I'm reminded of something will trigger me and remind me. I had a slight um, panic, panic the other day about money.
Mm,
I was afraid that um, I had messed up with the benefit payment that we're getting.
mm,
I thought that I had, because I have one job that hasn't quite finished yet, and I was thinking, oh no, I'm going to get in so much trouble, and I'm going to have to pay it back and penalties and all this stuff because I have one small payment coming in, but it's not enough for me to live on, right?
right.
So I applied for the other benefit that I'm entitled to
Mm-hmm.
as a self-employed person and got that. But anyway, I spent a night. I went to bed with that on my mind, and tossed and turned, and thought, "Oh no, I'm in trouble," and all this
Right.
stuff. And and then I woke up the next day and thought, you know what? It'll work itself out down the road. And if I owe money, I owe money, and if I don't, okay, right? But I have to put my survival first,
Right.
and right,
Right.
and look after myself. So, and I'm sure a lot of people are in that same place.
Okay, so what I suggest to do, let's go through the tuna process only for money right now. Because that's the big thing you came to me for, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so look at number one, your timeline. Okay, this is a general timeline about money from conception all the way till whenever you die, 120 years. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and I just use 120 years because that's like with a Jewish concept that you live to 120. It could be longer, whatever, but I say 120.
Okay.
And just notice on this timeline if there are any, starting from the beginnings, we want to first brighten up everything in the past, and the future will kind of take care of itself. And if we need to, then we can always work in the future too. So just take note if there's any dark spots over there, and any dark spots that you have, just turn up the dials to brighten it up.
Okay.
Okay, now look towards your future and notice if there's any dark spots over there. If there are, once again, brighten them up. What should have been happening though, if it didn't, is that it gets kind of brighter and brighter, sort of like a slope
Mm-hmm.
going
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, it's good. I definitely don't see darkness ahead.
Okay, good. Now we're going to jump down a little bit. I want to see a graph. And this graph has an x-axis and a y-axis. Or the opposite. I don't know which one's the y, which one's the x. But it's make it has two axes. Okay? This vertical axis, it goes from 0 to 10, where 10 means really, really high, feeling really good about money. 0 means down in the dumps, poor like my parents. Okay? This axis is your age from conception until your present age now. Okay? Look at the graph and see how it looks. Is it a straight line at the 10? Or does it have dips? Or is it low down? Or is it...
It's like
Okay, so your job is every place where it's down to raise it to a 10. Now, if you need to, move it up and down until you can't move it down anymore until it's stuck up at the 10. Okay, you don't have to pay attention to the years. You can if you want to, but you don't have to. Just look at the way it is. and just play with it till it's all up at a 10. And if you do it actually with your hands, you'll get more out of it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, now what I want you to do is I want you to pull it taut at the top, so it's all 10, okay? And I want you to tie it at the two sides, and now try to push it down. See what happens instead. Stuck there at the 10?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now we're going to chunk down even more. I want you to see a control board, okay, this special one. This goes with a dial of, how do you say, your money, going from age conception, and a different dial till your present age. Once again, 0 to 10. 0 means broke like your parents. 10 means enough money for your wildest dreams. I want you to just make sure that all those dials are at a 10. If not, turn it back and forth till you get it to a 10.
So just random ages? Does it matter?
Well, just take a look at all the ages. They should
the
all
ages,
be at a 10. You don't have to notice what age it is, just notice the dials at a 10.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Now, I want you to see your timeline in your mind. Notice if there's the positive events about money, you'll for sure notice right now. But just notice if there's any negative or less than positive events about money. All right? Now just keep it over there for a moment. And I want you to call your younger self over to you. And I want you to, number one, tell her who you are. Tell you from the future. And you're in the future, have special powers, you can change the past. And then tell her how much you love her, how much you always loved her, how much you always will love her. Tell her how you're always going to be there to help her, direct her, teach her, support her, hug her, love her, accept her, forgive her, show her the path of least resistance to where she wants to get to. And then tell her everything she needs to know to lead her life more successfully, to maneuver through life in a better way, to lead her life so that she can be the best version of herself that she can possibly be in every single aspect.
Okay. I'll do my best to remember all that. Okay.
Okay. And now I want you to run down through that timeline of yours over and over again, noticing that with all that new information that you just gave her, that she now knows, all those less than positive events start hopping over to the positive side. And all the positive events just keep getting stronger and stronger and bigger and better as you go through the timeline, not once, not twice, not 10 times, 100 times, but millions of times at the speed of thought. And keep doing it till every single one of those less than positive events is on the positive side and as big as possible be. And notice how in your mind, your neurons are lighting up like a Christmas tree on a Christmas Eve with all the new neural corrections it's creating to these new memories you're creating right now in your mind. And let them get so thick and so intertwined that you couldn't pull them up even if you tried.
This one's not as easy for me to visualize.
Get the feeling of it. It's more important than visualizing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. And now, I want you to step on out of your timeline. Go 7 days into the future. Step inside yourself over there. See what you see, hear what you hear, feel what you feel, take a duration, all the things we've worked on today. Give me a report back.
Okay.
What's going on there? What went on there?
Well, I see that my card decks are well received and successful in selling around the world.
Good.
I see myself as a teacher and a guide.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I feel happy and peaceful,
Good.
and just the sense of being connected to all of my projects and things that I'm doing with pride and feeling at ease.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Now step on out of there. Go 1 month, 7 days into the future. Step into the worry of then. See what you see, hear what you hear, feel what you feel, paying special attention to all the things we worked on today. Give me a report back.
My women's circle has grown, and
Mm-hmm.
it's become very well known in a like a hub for the community. Where women come together to be supported and to grow and to expand themselves.
Mm-hmm.
It's become a popular and well.
Okay, sorry. Now I just turned off the fan for a moment.
Oh, okay. I wonder what that was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And now step out of there. Go 1 year, 1 month, 7 days into the future. Step into the worry of then. See what you see, hear what you hear, feel what you feel. Give me a report back.
I think I misunderstood the first instruction because what I saw the first time was what I'm seeing in the year. So
Oh, okay. The first time
yeah.
was
So
7 days.
yeah.
Second
Okay.
time was 1 month, 7 days.
Yeah. I
All right,
added.
so let's skip right forward to 5 years.
Yeah. I have a new partner.
Cool.
Yeah, I have my enterprise of my card decks. I have a few different decks selling. I have courses that go with them. I've become known for them. They're very popular in selling around the world, and I'm just in my space of feeling fulfilled.
Cool. Now go ahead, step inside. You're inside of her. Live out a week in her life so you can get it right now and have her download into you all the knowledge, all the wisdom, all the information that she gained in those 5 years. And let it go down right to the level of your DNA so that you can have it automatically, effortlessly, and naturally whenever you need it without even having to think about it. Just like your hair grows without thinking about it, just like your fingernails grow without thinking about it, just like you breathe without thinking about it.
Okay.
Okay? And now step on out, give her a big hug, tell her how we can't wait to meet her again in 5 years from now. And coming back to today, bringing back with you all that knowledge, all that wisdom, all that information to be expressed naturally, effortlessly, and automatically whenever you need it. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes to this new reality you've created for yourself. Reality where you have all the keys to your successful future right inside of you. encoded into your DNA.
Okay.
How do you feel?
Really good.
Good. So, what I suggest is that we stop over here. In a few months, we'll meet up one more time, and you can give me some sort of summation as to what changes you've been seeing in your life, thanks to the work, and where you see yourself going, and what's done for you.
Okay.
Okay, sound good?
Yes.
Excellent.
Okay. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
I have, yeah, I love the tools of the dials, and whenever I just turn them up, and
Cool,
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah. And I just wanted to share one thing that this was a big aha for me this week.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how there's that saying of seeing the glass half empty and half full?
Yeah.
I never understood that. It just didn't compute in my mind, and I would try to intellectualize and try to well, the half full and the half empty, until I saw a demonstration of a jar, and the woman had some orange liquid in the jar, and I
Mm.
saw the half full, and it was like a, oh, and then that's when it hit me. I have been focusing for most of my life, in the last few years anyway, on the empty part.
Right.
And I saw how everything. And then lately, everything's been half full. So I now have a visual. I actually filled up a jar and put it on my counter in my kitchen, so I can see, like, that's a reminder, right? That's like, for example, when I got my new car, the fellow that I bought it from filled up the tank for me, which I thought was really awesome. And I've been running my old car on half empty, right? So it
Right.
was never above half. It was always on the half to empty side. So just little things like that. I thought, you know what? I'm going to keep my car at full. When it goes down to half, I'm going to fill it back up,
That's what I
right?
do. It's a psychological thing, and it makes
And
all the difference.
it's huge. Like,
Yeah.
it's changed so many different aspects of my life. And I think I have money in my wallet. I have, like, just all these different things that just little things, but they're big,
Yep.
right? So, and
Yep.
they're
Yep.
focused, and it's turned my focus
That's
around,
around.
and it's now easy for me to see it, whereas before I couldn't. It just was in my blind spot,
Right.
right?
Right. Yep.
So anyway, so yeah, and now I have, interestingly, since receiving money, whenever I have more money in my bank now that I have had in a long time. So this, in some ways, has been a blessing in disguise for me, with you know
Right.
the so it's just containers full. I'm just seeing such a
Absolutely.
difference that
Yeah.
way.
My dad taught me that trick. He didn't teach it to me as a trick of that. He taught it to me that you should always keep your gas full. Like, as soon as it gets to half empty, refill it, because
Yes.
you never know where you're going to go to and you might need the gas. And
Yeah.
for me, I took it as that's a psychological thing of I'm always on the full. I always
Yes.
have the full.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You always have a full tank. So yeah, so that was, anyway, like, those couple things just have made such a difference for me. So it's like,
Cool.
and then it just has a effect all the way down, right? So now I look
Yeah.
at to see where I have been half empty, and I think, yep, let's just flip that.
Right. Of course.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Excellent.
Anyway, thank you so much. I'm so grateful for your help and support.
My pleasure. My
All
pleasure.
right.
Now, let me just ask you one other quick question. Did you think it would
Yeah.
take such a short time?
No, but I really didn't have an expectation of how long it would take. Um, but I mean, part of me is thinking, I'm not done yet. What are we doing? So,
Well, the
but at
moment
this,
that I get, I usually give up to 10, right? But like every
okay,
time I
yes,
ask, what do you want to work on? And when a person says to me, well, I'm not really sure what I want to work on, I don't feel like I necessarily have something to work on right now, that's a sign to me that that's where we stop right now,
yeah,
right? So I did with you
that
that
makes sense. Yep,
general tune up, and because what it really means is that the reason you came to me I don't know, it was solved on a metaphysical level, and
Yes.
that's always the first step.
Yeah.
Afterwards, it goes up to, to the reality, but you have to first get it on that inside level. If you don't get it
Yeah.
there, it'll be totally by accident if you get it on the other
Yes.
level.
Yes. I agree.
And you
Yeah.
won't be able to recreate it. That's the point.
Right.
Now you kind of have the tools of how to recreate it. And every
Yes.
time that I go into some sort of funk about money, I just bring myself back and say, all right, inner feeling. Do I feel rich? Do I do not feel rich? And I bring myself to a place where I feel rich or wealthy
Yes.
or abundant or whatever. And there's
Yeah.
plenty in my life that's abundant. So the idea that I don't have abundance is a fictional one. I do have
Yeah.
abundance. So
Yeah. Yeah, that was very well. I mean, that was very hard for me to switch to that because I was in such a place of lack. So
right,
now it's just it's not. It's like I have abundance and I can see it everywhere and
good.
I experience it and I know what I have and yeah, so that has changed and that I'm very grateful for that because that's coming from the inside. I tried
Yes,
really hard affirmations and all this stuff to switch that, but you can't. I couldn't do it,
right,
right? Or I would do it for short terms, but it wouldn't stick.
right, all right.
So now it's kind of got a domino effect in my life where it's showing up, everywhere.
Excellent.
So
So
yeah,
that's usually my yardstick as to when we're finished. And then I have always one more session planned for much later
sure.
where, so that people can see the long term effects,
Yeah.
not
Well,
just
now
the
I
short
can.
term effects.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Alan. I'm so
my pleasure.
appreciative. All right. Thank you.
We'll be
All
in
right.
touch.
Okay.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.
Don't forget, if you like this video, leave a like down below, subscribe to my channel, or subscribe to my newsletter. The address is right down below over there. Have a great week.